Well, guys, some people finally, kick the dust, and I'm fine with that. The show gonna open back up with the girls doing their little show at the Houston concert. While the people up there trying to perform, Lex and Fauna in the back getting into it. Fauna still pissed off about that damn spit. I don't blame her. Lex, she decides that she gonna leave the venue a little early. She don't got time for all this shit. But see, you the reason this shit is even happening. You should have left it at the hookah after you beat her up there. You ain't have to throw all that spit on her like that. Sharrock, she wanna cut up next. Cause she see Siki and she wanna fight. Baby girl, you know they not about to let you fight in these people concert. You gonna have to wait to the house meeting. Stunner girl, she came out to give us her last performance. Cause she done with the tour. Personally, we didn't need no outro for her. She ain't did shit all season. She did not contribute anything to this damn show. The next day, Natalie gonna meet up with a few of the baddies because we need to regroup, okay? We need to go back over our contracts, make sure y'all understand that all this outsider shit, all these weapons, all that gotta go. Y'all taking this from being baddies to some jail shit. I'm not going down with none of y'all. They get on this Cole and the taser. Sound like a great place to start. Cole let it be known that she really didn't mean that for Tinker. She meant it for Dolly because she was talking shit online. Now, Lex, at this point in time, you should have pulled a diamond and got up and sat on the other end. Because you're not going to sit here and tell me you was about to tase my damn friend. And I'm about to be cool with that. But I guess Cole been sitting next to you and you hog spit on Fauna like that. So now you got to sit next to her with the taser. She said Tinker was acting hard in that club. So I gave it to her. So apparently Dolly and Cole got beef behind some dude. No, ma'am. We had this problem with you on Baddies Africa with Marissa. And I didn't want to hear it then, and I don't want to hear that shit now. But Killer was telling us that Dolly was sleeping with some man, and he going around saying she strung out on perks. That's not the first time we done heard that shit about Dolly. Because y'all remember back on the Midwest season when she got sent home early because she had a medical emergency? And behind the scenes, they said allegedly she had an overdose. So if that is true, I need Dolly to give Baddies a break and she need to check into rehab because we don't want you having no addictions, baby. She also said that Dolly be having to sleep with other men just to keep her man happy. It's a lot going on in Jericho and Lex not defending her friend enough for me. Baby, you not about to sit up in my face and tell me that my friend is having trains ran on her to keep no man. No, ma'am. Killer said at the end of the day, my face is still fractured and I can't fight. So she just gonna skip the whole sock with the rocks and she really gonna give them something they can feel. She said Tinker was on that timing in that club, so she was on it. But Diamond said, no, ma'am. I was right next to Tinker. We were vibing. We were trying to shake it and drop it, not do the Harlem Shake. But Cole, she ain't buying it, and she start reading this DM that Tinker had sent her before all this had happened.
Then, if she wasn't on that, she wouldn't DM me this. Hold up. She said, I don't like or respect you. This is my last time. Leave me alone. I'm done being your storyline. I'm going to really hurt you. Leave me alone. Find another storyline for I can take it further than Baddies. Now you done. I said, you ain't going to hurt shit, bitch. Try me.
Natalie said she did feel some type of way about that taser, and she spoke with Cole behind the scenes about it. They get on some of the drama that's been happening, and Diamond felt that Hurricane didn't do enough with TT. She shouldn't been breaking up anything. She should have been swinging. But we all know Hurricane just don't want to inherit all these beasts fooling up with no damn pressure. Natalie tells them that some people are going home and we're going to be getting some replacements, and Rolly is going to be the one introducing them to the girls. I don't know why Rolly is even here. We could literally edit her out the scene and it would change nothing. She sat there on her phone the whole time like, why she didn't speak up on this whole situation? I know you got something to say, so I'm trying to figure out why are you holding your tongue. We get a scene with some of the girls at the house. Of course, Mariah wants to talk about Sharrock sneaking her and she ducking Reg from Siki. Listen to me, both them girls didn't want to fight that day. Y'all both done felt each other's hands and y'all really not trying to feel them again. Because at any given time, if Siki wanted it, she could have ran up on her. And if Sharrock wanted it with Siki, she could have ran up on her. So the next time we probably gonna see these bitches fight is in another one of these Zeus boxing matches. I also have a video up about that. Make sure you check that out. By now, the cabaret girls enter the scene. E.T. tells them how she noticed they really don't have an opinion on what be going on in the house, and when things get real sticky, y'all tend to leave. Yeah, like, see, you can't really have an opinion on the shit y'all be having going on because it be a lot of behind the scenes shit that be having y'all riled up. So as a viewer, we be lost. And we really just be forming our own narratives on this shit half the time. But Neek's not lying. It is some OGs that's not doing shit also. And one that comes to my mind all the time is Siki. Only reason she doing something now is because she's trying to protect Mariah. We see Kanaya and Egypt is standing next to each other. Egypt said it was over her reviews that she was doing over the cabaret. And the internet shit had them beefing. They, fought and now they good. But it's just like I told y'all. If you hit a motherfucker hard enough, they will leave you alone. It might just become your friend. But Kanaya said, nah, we not friends, we just cool. I forgive, I don't forget. Egypt does, defend herself. She said, I feel like I have put in work in this house and I handled my business. And I guess the only business she had to handle was Kanaya. But if you watch the cabaret, you all know that Egypt is quiet and she don't be starting shit with people. E.T., who is really giving Ronnie from the Players Club and is blonde, says it sounds like a free check is being given. We get on E.T. fight with Dolly. The girls felt Dolly got round 1 and you got round 2. But E.T. looking like, nah, I won both of them. But you didn't. And that's okay. Next, we see Pressure, TT, and Tommie having to sit down. Tommie started discussing how she heard their little duo, and they was like, yeah, just like you and Summer. And this is when Tommie, she said she loves Summer, but Summer is a lot at times. Like, that's her girl and all, but she got to calm down because I'm not following up with her with all this bullshit that she likes to get into. Pressure decided she wanted to tell Tommie that I was in jail with your mother and I was having to look out for her because y'all don't get along and you wasn't helping her out. Tommie was like, no, me and my mother don't get along, but I always looked out for her and I got the receipts to prove it. Tommie was like, well, let's call her since you know her so well. Now, this when Pressure starts backpedaling and pussy popping, because now you like, oh, I really don't know her like that. And I was like, stop lying. You said you just looked out for this lady the whole time y'all was down. Tommie got her mama on the phone. And she talking about Pressure said she was your bunkie and she looked out for you. Pressure keeps trying to get Tommie to say her name correctly, but just let it go, girl, because Tommie can't hear or remember too well. Pressure and Tommie, they start to trauma bond. Tommie is like she is tired of hearing moms will be moms because, bitch, my check is getting garnished behind her. She also let us know out of all her mother's children, she is the only one that her mom doesn't like and she feels like it has something to do with her father. Let me tell you something. They always talking about, daddy issues. They really need to touch more on mommy issues because that's where a lot of people problems lie. TT tells them Rolly invited him out to the strip club, but Tommie is good on that. I don't like that lady like that. We get on this scene with Hurricane, Persuasion, Fauna, and Sharrock. Pressure gathered these girls up to let them know that she's leaving the show. Personally, I couldn't think of who she really hung out with on this show to actually have a real scene with. So this will have to do. Long story short, Persuasion has outgrown this type of environment. There is no sisterhood. It's just a bunch of fighting, and she's bowing out gracefully. She was like, I'm going to let another girl take a spot. It really do seem like the only bad girls who can actually handle this environment is Natalie and Jayla, and they be half in at this point. So Zeus just needs to do a more sophisticated show for them girls to thrive. Baddies just need to be reworked again because we need to take it back to the earlier formula. Just maybe 10 girls, if that, in a house, vibing with each other, partying, shopping, doing stuff like that. Go back to that old formula. It's too many people, and that's why it's too many free checks being given out. Tinker and Rolly, they gonna be up about this whole taser thing. This is going way beyond baddies and it's becoming more streets. And I'm gonna make it back home to my kids. She said how she could have been fucking with Cole, but she chilled out because of her face. She needs a new storyline, like you got here off my name about this damn song, which was neither one of y'all songs. It was the PG Duck or whatever his name was. And why I just found out that man dead. I was watching Hood Horrors, and he was talked about in one of them videos about one of them men that got this cult following. Why do y'all like them? Everything I have heard about these people, I was like, they could have never tricked me into none of that shit. So before Tinka do something that could leave her dead or in jail, she deciding that she's leaving the show. We get to the strip club, and the girls is trying to shake it and drop it with the strippers. But y'all know Zeus can't let these girls have a good time. We got to bring in some mess. Rolly let them know that we got 4 new girls coming in and a celebrity guest, which is Brorilla, who apparently got a huge crush on Lex. We get on who needs to be replaced, and Rolly votes Wet Wet. I agree, and I was surprised that a lot of the girls was fighting for her to stay. Wet Wet has absolutely did nothing on our screens this whole season, and half the time, the majority of the time, she is missing. I don't know where her ass be at. Do she be too drunk to make it to the set? I don't know, but she can literally go home. Rolly, she also felt like Neat should go because she's just hiding behind Bahati. I'm on the edge with that one. I mean, if she did leave, would it make a difference to the show? No. Rolly also tells them Tinka left because of the taser. And Diamond feels like, okay, Cole needs to go home too. I agree. I feel like there needs to be some type of consequences behind some of these people's actions so that we can get a little more order around here. But of course, that's not going to happen. We find out like the next city is when we're going to hit Rolling Loud, which makes sense of why Natalie and Cole left before everybody else. Because they preparing for their damn performance. Natalie is going to make sure her artist is performing on that big stage. Fauna, of course, went to bat for her friend. Because, no, don't say my friend need to leave just because Tinka gave up. But Chirac was like, hey, yeah, Cole used a taser, but didn't Tinka use weighted gloves first? But it was multiple baddies that said that's a lie, so I'm beginning to believe that girl didn't have on weighted gloves. She just hit her real good at the right moment, at the right angle. Brorilla walks in the room, and of course, they not really knowing how to feel because of that mess with her sister, Glow. But to tell y'all the truth, I like Brorilla. She is hilarious to me. I do think she needs to be on reality TV because she is quick with the reads. Ooh, she could do House of Villains too. Because low-key, she is a villain in a lot of people's eyes. Like, you can't make that girl take care of all y'all. That girl only got one good album under her belt. I don't care what nobody say. And y'all know them first couple of albums, that's the label's money. And if y'all think she got a good contract fucking with Yo Gotti, wait about 10 years from now, we're going to find out what the real deal is. Listen, she could afford to maybe float 2 people bills. But she can't float 11 people bills. And she really not obligated to do any. Rolly want to get in them sisters' business. After years of telling everyone to stay out of Siki and Krishan's business, that's interesting. But Dolly told us that Rolly tried to stop Brorilla from getting on the show because she's Team Glow. And it's really giving Clout Chaser because Glow is bigger than this. So leave her out of it. And I felt what Chirac was saying on how Rolly was talking to Brorilla because you ain't had this much shit to say all season. What Brorilla and Glow got going on don't even got nothing to do with the show. If Brorilla wasn't talking shit on the internet about any of the baddies in this room right now, then we shouldn't be talking about none of her online foolishness. Brorilla ain't come here for all that anyway. She came here for Lex, and that's who she gonna sit right next to. Now that Neek done made it to the scene, Rolly do say that she felt Neek should go home because she be hiding behind Bahati, and they need to show their separate personalities before y'all go home together. Diamond said, before we start voting people out, let's see how the replacements gonna come in here, because if they boring, they could just go back home. So our replacements are Lexi Gold from the Cabaret. She had unfinished business with Kanaya. I vaguely remember that. Also, we got Shay from Baddies Gone Wild. And you know she got a problem with Hurricane and TT. Soon as Hurricane saw Shay walk in that door, she was on that. And Kanaya followed right behind her. Apparently, Shay had kicked Hurricane in the head at the reunion, so she needed that. And Lexi, you was talking shit on the internet about Kanaya. So you know she was gonna need that. Lexi and Kanaya, they gonna run it, but y'all need to sweep the money up first, cause they about to slip and fall. Plus, y'all tearing up this damn money I do believe those strippers would like to have. The last round, though, between these girls, I will give to Kanaya. Hurricane and Shay, they gonna get to fighting next, but the show gonna cut off. So next week, we got Chirac versus Pressure, TT versus Ivory. Rolly is also trying to fight TT, which I am very confused about. 2 more replacements gonna come up in here. I can't remember that tall girl name from the Baddies Gone Wild. And I ain't take the time to look it up. But I do know that's Erica from the Cabaret. Where is Sky? Where is Andrea? Where is Danny? Like, why are y'all bringing these bitches? Erica can't even damn fight. And then you gonna bring your ass in here and try to fight Kanaya? Girl, please. Y'all know I'm be over here talking about it. So y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the channel so y'all know when I put the video up. Like the video before you leave. And until next time, bye guys.